some falls, like Babaji said earlier, you're going to be looking. Who's the man that has the masculinity and the mindset of a God?
That's
Based in facts, not subjectivity. You don't want no weak man around you that's leading you. No.
You need a good, orderly director.
Exactly.
Right. And so that means that you have to be
ordered
and directed.
It's when he gives a command and it's a heat. You're in a heated situation. You have to be able to be like pressure.
That's fact.
Listen to his voice and you be like, that's God speaking. Let me listen. Let me follow behind because I've seen countless times if I follow behind Babaji, I'm going to come out on top. I'm never going to be following on the wayside because I'm listening to my commander. I'm listening to my chief.
Right.
So when I do that, I'm going to be in good graces because he's following Allah.
That's a fact. This is a psychological warfare.
That's
a fact. The war is in the mind. And if you're not, like you see the people that are not mentally strong, they end up leaving. They end up not being able to stay on their spiritual path. And they try to point the finger, but at the end of the day, everybody is just showing you something about yourself. Like, we understand what this is. We understand our reality, and we don't look at it as separation like Mama Zoka was just saying. I look at Babaji, and that's my higher self, which means he is my higher consciousness, which means he's always going to tell me what I need to hear in the moment. That's going to elevate my consciousness to the full awareness of what I am. Not staying in my subjective perspective about, like, I don't have time for that. I have to elevate my mind to what I truly am.
I heard what he said, and it made sense. Like, that's where I'm coming from. So it all made sense to me, you know. And it's like we shouldn't shy away because he's doing that in front of you guys. I'm grateful for that. You know?
Because as naturally, someone else is learning too.
Exactly.
Someone else looked at that question and was like, "Wow, that blew past me as well." So people are. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than just my individual self. People are learning here.
That's why we're online.
So if you want to be something great, then sure, you have to sharpen up your skills. You have to be like listening to God when it is speaking. That's the difference between subjectivity, following the sheep, and being someone who is a leader who can see the truth and hear the truth and be like, okay, let me apply this because this is a jewel.
That was.
I'm going to take that and I'm going to add it to me and develop myself.
It's very important, like Mama Zoka was saying, to in the midst of your emotions be able to take orders from your command, from your higher self, from what is the righteous thing to do in the moment. Because a lot of times in our emotions, especially as women, we can move on them and respond in them, and they're not accurate. They're not coming from a place of being righteous. It's actually like our lower self has used our nature to actually go against the man and be a weapon. So now we have to like hold up, check our emotions at the door.
That's facts.
Because if not, then we become a destruction to the whole entire nation, the whole entire all of humanity. We become a destructive. Ding. Come on now.
That's facts.
We have to control our emotions. Otherwise, the enemy can use them against us. The Most High Chief Babaji just posted this yesterday. You got to control your emotions, or the enemy can use them against you. And now next thing you know, you're going against your whole entire mission, your whole entire what you stand for, what you believe in, over an emotional moment.
It's
That
not,
you're going to think about and be like, damn, why did I do that?
because your emotions are literally, sometimes your emotions can make you go against your morals and go into your desires of things. Like, if I'm always trying to point the finger at you, that's me not taking responsibility and being like, okay, I have to be reflective. I have to really be have integrity. When people aren't looking, I have to be able to be like, okay, I'm not going to do the right thing just because I'm hurt, or am I going to switch up now because I have this perspective of you instead of communicating, okay, this is what I got to do, this is what I got to talk about. I'm going to go back into my desires of things, of my easy way of comforts of living, rather than what's hard to do is uphold your morals when situations are like
emotional. When it's emotional, are you going to keep your morals and what you stand on, or are you going to fall victim to your emotions?
That's
right.
That's right.
Like, come on, like, you're only hurting yourself. You're only going to play yourself, because that's all you're dealing with is your mind. thing Babaji said in his download today, he said, the black man is the only person that can break the curse for the woman in her mind because she's been subjected to her lower self's mind, the white man's mind. So, you know, yeah, it's important for us to find a man who is in tune with Allah, find a man who is righteous, find a man who is going outside of that system and creating a new world for us to tap into who truly are and listen to him, because that's going to be our guidance to our divinity. Because we take the mind, we take the knowledge, and we become expressions of it. So when we find ourselves going against our black man, know that that is not your mind. That is not the mind that you need to be one with. That is the white man's mind that you need to go against. That's why we have to sit and be conscious of our thoughts. Like, okay, what is this thought making me want to do? Is this a destructive thought? Is this going to make me go against my black man, my husband? Is this going to break up the black family structure? Is this white supremacy that I'm using to, you know, power my emotions?
That's fact.
We got to stop and really listen. Like, be guided. We have to be guided. We have to be guided by a righteous man. That's why I'm thankful for Babaji.
Have been conditioned for years.
Years upon years, you're fighting. It's a psychological warfare. We're fighting. So we have to listen to that guidance. I'm thankful for Babaji and the discipline. I'm thankful for the correction because we were born into iniquity. We were born into sickness. We need that mind to heal ourselves. We need to take that mind. That's why we do this. This is an expression of what it looks like to be in tune with who you truly are. Be in tune with nature.
Because that sickness
This is what Babaji provided for us, and I'm thankful.
I'm grateful.
That's a fact.
That sickness truly is like generational curses, and you're seeing us work through them. Unlike other people, they're not working through their generational curses or even acknowledged of them.
Going back to white supremacy.
Exactly. From 400 plus years, we've had people douse us with abuse and psychological warfare when we were not even aware of it, and we're just putting up this like a protective mode. And when you see black women going against the black man or anything and trying to be independent, they literally are just trying to put up a wall and protect themselves. Because throughout slavery itself, they were seeing the black man get beat down. So if I'm seeing my black man get beat down, what can I? Of course, he's gonna do the same to me and my child. So what I have to do, I have to protect myself. I have to put up a wall. I have to be mentally strong. And then as the black man is not mentally strong, he's physically strong, and I'm physically weak. He's getting beat, whipped. Imagine a big black guy getting whipped by a small white man. You're gonna think that white man has more power over your black man. But shit's changing because the shift is happening, and when the natural world comes, you need that strong black man again. And his mind is becoming strong again. That's what you see Babaji. He's mentally strong, so his body is mentally strong. He's physically strong also. We don't have weakness. We cannot have weakness.
That's why you need discipline.
Exactly.
You need order. You need command. You need structure and order.
Exactly. It's different. You seeing a black man in that type of position makes you feel like, no way. It's not possible. The white man's supposed to be like that. No. That's not the natural way.
Us to not really need him or value him or respect him as a man. So now we're the only race that disrespect our own man. We're now we're the only race that disrespect our own man. No other race does that.
That's crazy.
That's so true.
Literally crazy. Like, that's insanity. You go into another race for you to be protected?
It's sick.
That's like, and you should be able to look at your black man and be like,
it's psychologically sick, bro. It's sick.
I want to be the white woman. Maybe I'll be accepted by a white man.
And it's subconscious.
They do it all the time.
Maybe I can get a
call the 911. That's who you listen to. That is your protector.
That's your
He comes
overseer.
around
That's for you.
to protect and serve.
Bring
You
her.
don't when he does, you have a problem with it. That's because you have a problem with yourself. You don't love yourself because you don't know who you are anymore.
Peace, God.
Peace, God. Oh, peace, Mama Lee.
Peace,
That's
God.
a fact.
You had something.
I noticed, people are saying that
Cam up.
well, I see that people are saying that I'm sick.
Cam up, Mama Leah.
I actually can't. I'm not presentable right now to cam up.
She's not presentable.
Get yourself together so that you can get Cam up.
Quick hair wrap. Quick hair wrap it up.
Right. Quick hair wrap it up.
Looks nice.
Thanks. I'm about to go there right now.
Okay.
And this is also a very serious situation because if we don't protect the black man, then who is going to protect us? You think that you can go out into nature and protect yourself? That's stupid.
Like Babaji said, the weak will not last.
That's right.
We're here to collect the elite and convict the weak. And
That's
if you're not able to be pushed to the points of view that like you need to be shown to yourself the weaknesses in you and that need to be revealed to you. If you cannot push past those things, you will not last.
And a lot of people don't like that because they want to stay comfortable. They don't want to grow because with growth it comes pain and discomfort, and you don't even know who you are anymore. So when you see and you are brought to the core of who you are, and you actually see that it's not what you expected it to be, and that you actually have something to work on, most people run because they think that they don't have. Yeah, I'm a runner. I'm a track star.
That's what they be doing.
Because they don't have the ability to stick it out when things get tough. They don't have the ability to change their mind to a healthy perspective or listen to someone who is in your immediate environment that has divine knowledge.
So y'all want to point blame on someone that's literally trying to help you and then
Bring
run
you into
to
your
a
divinity.
system where you are
I don't want to
saying,
be in my divinity.
yeah, this is a perfect place for us to be. They're poisoning you. They're telling you
How
lies.
do you run to white
They're
supremacy?
protecting themselves. So to protect them, for white men to protect themselves, they have to kill you off. It only makes sense. You are pointing the finger at the wrong person. You should be pointing at yourself. You create the white man to show you what not to do, so why run back and do the same things that he's doing? Don't you guys say white man is a devil? You know that, but you still stay in this game, this play, and play around with him.
Yeah, we are
Nature
used
is
to
God.
listening. Like Babaji in the room, he's saying that women are not. We don't talk a lot. We don't usually talk a lot. We're used to listening because that's to be articulate. You have to speak a lot. Yeah, that's facts. Like
I'm gonna start speaking a lot.
right. Well, it takes a lot of practice, like and a lot of focus and just constantly talking a lot that we haven't done, you know. And so yeah, we make mistakes, and you're gonna make mistakes. The more you do something, you are gonna make mistakes in it. So
yeah, what black women do we look up to?
It's about how you bounce back from those mistakes. No matter what you do, it's about how you get back up, how you bounce back. Because the body is the mind. The body gonna do what the mind's doing.
Really, the head of the planet over here. You don't see no black people doing what we doing over here. You don't see no black men speaking what Babaji is speaking. So we are going to mess up in front of the public. At least you get to watch
and take away, learn something for yourself.
Exactly.
We all coming from where
they get it good because they get to watch and learn without having to be put under pressure. Facts.
Right.
What people got to understand is I'm the messenger.
Yeah.
They listen, they take it in, and they express it in a different way. Everybody's not articulate. Everybody don't got the gift to gab, and everybody don't know how to be slick with their tongue. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean everybody ain't trying to express themselves the best way. If a woman enters it and maybe not be the best speaker, she can do things like you see them doing art right now. That's their way of communicating. So don't criticize something. You know what I'm saying? Only reason why I said y'all fell because at the end of the day, that was a trick question.
Yeah.
How do you tap into your femininity? Come on.
Right.
How does a woman tap into? That's like asking me, Babaji, how do you tap into your masculinity?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What you mean? It don't make sense.
Yeah.
It shouldn't make sense to y'all. If you're not in your femininity, where are you? If you have to tap into femininity, where were you before that?
True.
I want to understand. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. That's
yeah, where were you prior to that? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I want the public, when they watching, to watch with the proper perspective that these are women that listen. They're not speaking every day like I am. I talk all the time. I have a gift of gab. I have a way with words. Everybody's not articulate. Even some of the guys, they don't talk every day. You know, they don't. That's not what they do. Anything you do in life that you do it good, it's because they practice it all the time.
Yeah.
That's not what they do. So you know what I'm saying? Even though the woman do got a voice, sometimes you might seem like they timid or they're feminine. They are feminine. They're not sitting up in the camera all loud and they shy, and these are feminine traits you're watching. You might say, oh, they're docile. Oh, they're docile. They're weak. But look up the definition of meek. Look up the definition of what meek is. Somebody put in the chat, what is the definition of meek? That's what a woman is supposed to be, meek. And it says the meek shall inherit the earth. So, you know what I'm saying? People call you weak, but really you're meek. It's not that you're weak. You tell them, we're not weak, we're meek. It's a difference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't sitting here being aggressive like our leader. He's very aggressive. He attracted the opposite of what he is. We attracted someone that's not aggressive. Nigga. I usually attract people that are less aggressive, less because I'm aggressive. I'm attracting aggressive people. I'm attracting more calm, laid back people. Y'all ain't gotta be something that y'all not. I'm just saying that. And meek means quiet, gentle, easily opposable, and submissive. Right. So that's what a woman is supposed to be. A woman is supposed to be meek. And the meek shall inherit the earth. So at the end of the day, so blessed are the weak, blessed are the meek, because they shall inherit the earth. So the women of today, they're emasculated, and they look at being meek or being feminine as something as being weak. So don't let people mistake meek for weak.
Right.
Nothing weak about being meek in a time where you're giving white supremacy. You don't got to be here. Y'all could easily leave and go be baby mothers and get your own job and open up your own businesses in white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's stronger, y'all, to show the strength to be a leader when the whole world is doing something different. I feel like your strength lies in the fact that you're trying to be an example, doing something different than what everyone else is doing. With that being stated, don't ever be manipulated by the word weak or y'all, you know what I'm saying, failing in the moment. I wanted to pick y'all back up because at the end of the day, people will get you twisted. Even the guys here, they artists. They're artists. They be rapping. It's different. You feel what I'm saying? So the meek shall inherit the earth, man. So don't ever feel bad about being feminine and not being able to be aggressive. They want to see y'all loud and aggressive, popping off, all that stuff they do on Bigo. They're not used to seeing a woman being shy, giggly, a little goofy, easily opposed upon, submissive. That's what a woman's role is supposed to. That's her power, her femininity. You know what I'm saying? And as you grow into a woman under this standard, you'll tap into your seduction, you'll tap into your erotic zones, and you'll tap into your ability to use the art of seduction. You'll tap into that as you grow in power and start to apply the things. But when they sit around and listen to me, they get empowered. You know what I'm saying? So they also are fighting white supremacy because y'all are triggers. The chat is always a trigger, right? The people are always a trigger because y'all like, oh my God, y'all sick. Oh my God, look at y'all weak. Oh my God. So these are y'all demons because white supremacy is trying to drag you back, calling you by your government name, calling you, you know what I'm saying, seeing you transition, calling you by this and that. And even right now, we got Malia which they watched Malia resist. They watched Malia not being in tune with what we stand for. They watched Malia sat there and was in resistance to growing and moving forward, and her going into suppressions about certain things. They watched the whole journey with Malia. Then Malia's here. Now they trying to capitalize off the fact that, oh, he did this to her. No, I ain't do nothing to her. All I did was give her knowledge and wisdom. She tried to apply that knowledge and wisdom to her generational curses and struggled in her discipline and was resisting what I was telling her. And this is what happened. So at the end of the day, y'all sitting there acting like, oh, you gave her, y'all just trying to say a bunch of stuff when y'all just forget. Y'all watched the whole journey from Mama Cookie's house, everything. Y'all watched everything happen. Her fighting with Velvet. Y'all forgot all about all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I put Malia on a pedestal, if anything, because she got special treatment. You dig? So at the end of the day, I said, Malia, come up here and speak for yourself, because at the end of the day, people are attacking us right now about you. And if it's about you, then you should be able to, you know what I'm saying, step up and be like, listen, I'm in my predicament because of da 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 me. You know what I'm saying? And I know Malia's a very quiet person as well, so she's not gonna be using a lot of words to articulate herself. And when she does, she get all quiet. When you put women that are meek, that are humble, that are feminine women that ain't supposed to be on the scene. They're supposed to be covered up, and the man supposed to be speaking for them. They're supposed to be protected. So we putting our women out here to speak ain't even the move. That ain't even the move to have our women out here running their mouth. That's not even the move. So when they don't do that well, y'all like, look at them. They don't got a mind of their own, because they're not unruly. You unruly woman sitting there got all the words, got all the wordplay in the world, but you sitting there using the power against us. You know what I'm saying? That's very rare for a woman to be sitting up there being articulate and screaming and yelling and all this shit in her emotions. Listen, man, shouldn't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? You should stay subtle. Y'all do your art. Do your thing. I just thought it was funny that y'all said how you gonna tap into something. It's not even a move.
Yeah.
Our women shouldn't have to do nothing but dance, plant gardens, do art, skate, smile, look pretty. Our women shouldn't have to sit here and really talk about nothing that's going to be questioning them unless they teaching you how to do a head wrap or something like that. But sitting here being scrutinized about what they believe in. You want to know what I believe in? Talk to Baba.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Baba teaches this. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be scrutinized. You don't have to be outspoken. You could be inward spoken. You could do your art. Channel that energy that you get from me into your art, into whatever you want to do. And when it comes to Malia, I just saying when it comes to Malia, because she's in her predicament, she has to speak up for herself, because I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak up for her. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say something, I'm talking for her. But Malia in this circumstance, but y'all don't gotta explain shit to nobody. Y'all don't gotta answer no questions. Y'all don't have to be articulate. Y'all don't even have to talk. Matter of fact, you could talk to people that agree with you and everything, and be like da 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 da. But really, it's not really to talk about. I done said it all. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know about anything, go to Baba G, go to NatureBoy TV.
Everything.
Just repeating it.
Yeah, you just repeating me, and it sounds like y'all regurgitating what I already said. So ain't no sense of doing all that. But when it come to like situations that are actively happening with Malia should be able to speak for her own situation.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if she wants to, if she feel like Baba G being attacked as a woman, as a mother figure, as a wife, as a woman that is in this journey, seeing me get attacked for something that's happening to her that has nothing to do with me, it is only right and honorable for her to step up and speak in my defense and her own defense. Because at the end of the day, they're going to try to use that against her and me. And I don't think that that's cool. That's a distraction. Come on in, fellas. This journey ain't for everybody. Oh, they got the fire, y'all. Go give it to them. Go ahead. Let them open that in front of the camera. TT, we got the.
We on the back. Grateful TT.
Grateful, Baba.
Thankful TT.
We got the delivery man.
Did y'all get the
They're
discount?
gonna deliver it right now. They come and deliver it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to send TT something. Art pieces.
They coming to deliver the box for y'all right now.
Okay.
TT, we got the fryer. Y'all open it in front of the camera.
We making soap tomorrow.
Yeah, let me get this here. Y'all open this on camera.
Oh, he said we can.
Y'all hold the camera for us, Solar.
Got it.
This is a gift from TT. She sent the gift for us. We're gonna show them unboxing it. The air fryer. Appreciate it, TT.
Hold on, what it? They turn the joint around.
Oh, yeah.
Turn the joint around. Flip that. All right, boom. Oh, there we go. Joint huge.
The gift, you articulate women and you articulate more than likely. Most of y'all women are not articulate. You just run your mouth a lot. It didn't even make no sense.
French fries today.
She said, what y'all making?
Put anything here.
What's the stuff that stays
Fries, chicken, steak, carrots.
Good looking out, TT.
Oh yeah, I heard you can make cake.
Yes. Brownies? I found that out literally yesterday.
You can probably fry the brownies with
Chocolate cake in the thing. This one I'm gonna make.
That's what it is.
Oh, wow, it comes with a book. That's great.
That's a big one.
I'm thankful.
Thankful. This is awesome.
Hey, so you just put it in your hand.
Yeah, and then you just wipe it clean.
Yo, y'all put us on the box, man. Come on, man. Put us on the box, man. Come on, don't play. Y'all put us on the box, man. Ain't no way y'all not. Hey, yo.
Right. It's no way that we not on the box. That's
what they sell in the box.
wipe the back of the.
Y'all not gonna support the real though? For real? Y'all not gonna support the real?
Yes.
Really? But y'all support the fake though. Come on, man.
Yeah, they support the fake.
Come on, man.
Hey, mama.
Peace, gods. How you feeling?
Hey, can you put the camera a little more up, Solar, so that you can see on top of the table? And no one can see Wizzy at all. I mean, no one can see Knowledge at all.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
If you put it on top, so it can see on top of stuff, so they can see straight. They can see everybody's picture. Can y'all say that y'all all could be seen on the camera?
Up here. No, the box.
The actual box that it came in, the brown box.
Put it sideways so it's not too tall.
We all put it back in the box.
No. Put the other way, turn it. So they can see on top.
There you go. Sit on top, so this way they can see everybody.
What it look like?
They can see everybody.
It look like you can't see Knowledge, because she the one need to be everybody want to see.
Right. Yep. You can angle it this way. Maybe you can
pull it back.
Pull it back. Pull it back. All the way back.
You also can.
No, it's good because it's already showing her.
It is?
Yeah, if y'all pull it back, you'll be able to see it.
Pull it back some more. That's all the way back.
She has the phone feed the. She has the external phone. She can feed the chat.
There we go.
Is someone else in there? Okay, yeah.
There you go.
She got to put her head in the little.
It's flipped on the actual one. Okay, yeah. It's
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah. You can
Are
probably.
we good?
Can you see what's on the camera? I see
Good.
I see Doka and what's her name, but I don't see the other woman. I guess that's because the boxes are in the way. That's good right there. That's good right there. Right there.
Right there.
All right, Malia, go ahead, speak your piece.
You gotta put some.
The wind is on the blow.
It be blowing it like that?
No, I don't think it's good.
It might because the box.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, it's not something.
We just need. Oh yeah. It should be cool, yo.
Need a tripod for that zone.
Yeah.
Tripod.
Apple.
iPad tripod. All right, cool.
Malia not in the hospital no more. Y'all tripping. She just doing something. Go ahead, talk to me.
Well, peace to the gods. How you feeling?
Peace, guys.
you can't blame anything on anyone. I can't blame my situation on carbonation. I can't blame my situation on the women. I can only blame it on myself because I did it to myself. The only way you can stay in that environment is if you heal your mind, if you are willing to do the work, if you are willing to apply the knowledge and look at self and not point the finger at anyone, because that's a high vibrational frequency. No one there is like Babylon. Babylon, they point the finger at everybody. They say, "Oh, you did it, you did it, you did it," and don't look at self. But if you don't look at self in this environment, then you are bound to fail because we are elevating. We are trying to heal our mind. This is a war against self. This is a war against the mind. This is a war against your lower self. And so if you don't defeat your lower self, then you will always be in your lower self. And so that's why I'm in the predicament I'm in now, because I wasn't taking the commands like I should. I wasn't taking the discipline. I was resisting because I feared I feared, elevating because I looked at it as, oh, it was hard or it was tough. But in actuality, it's for me. It's healing me. It's nothing against you. It's everything working for you. And so I didn't see it like that. I seen it in another way. I seen everybody as my enemy. I seen everybody as, something other than my higher self. And so I was pushing everybody away. And so I wasn't receiving or even allowing anyone to help me. So I was getting sick. I was getting depressed. I was becoming depressed. My thoughts started becoming more and more negative as the days go by. I got smaller. I wasn't getting nutrients from my food. I became not creative anymore. I wasn't expressing myself. I wasn't being authentic. I was always in the room, in the bed, under covers.
Well, why did you
Because
do
I
that
wanted.
under pressure? Why, you could tell a lot about somebody under pressure. Why did you turn into that once you were faced with your demons and once you were faced with your issues? Because most people want to victimize things, right? When you come here, we face it to you. We face
Right,
yourself with you, right? When faced
right.
with yourself, why did you start to go inward and get depressed? And then, like, why were you fighting? Why are you resisting just doing the work and correcting yourself?
Because I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And so, yeah, I just
How
wasn't
you know
ready.
that you are now?
I
How do you
wasn't
know that you
preparing
are
my
now?
mind.
How do you know you coming back is not going to put us in a circumstance where you do the same
Um,
behavior and go right back to the same point?
well, because I'm in isolation and I'm by myself and I'm seeing everything that caused them that you know those problems or caused me to be in my lower self. So I'm seeing everything, and then as I watch more of the knowledge and as I'm in isolation by myself, I get to see and I get to write. I get to experience myself and feel it and not run from it or point the blame at no one else because I'm
Can you
noticing,
tell
okay,
everybody what happened to you physically? Do you have
I did.
HIV? Do you have HIV? Did the doctor test you positive for HIV or any other STDs? Please tell the world.
No, I don't have any STDs. I don't have any AIDS. I don't have any diseases or any complications with myself. As far as those, you know,
So why would your sisters sit there and tell them that the doctor told them that you had STD, STD?
it's funny. Once I said I want to go back to carbonation and join my soul family, they was totally against it. They in their minds didn't want to accept it. From their mouths, they said, "Okay, I'm gonna allow you to be you. I'm not stopping you from being who you want to be." But it was a different story once I physically said out of my mouth, I want to join carbonation again. I'm going back. They didn't accept that. They didn't like that. So they went on this panel and started talking all crazy and nonsense about me and saying that I have this and I have that, but don't have the proper information or don't have the true information.
They said that they took screenshots of your medical records. Is that bullshit? Because did anybody see any screenshots? I didn't see no screenshots. I didn't hear no. I didn't see none of those medical records.
Well, I physically spoke to my doctor, and my doctor told me that no, you don't have AIDS or you don't have a disease or whatever they said that I had. I don't have that. No, I don't.
STDs. So depression was a cause. Do they know what the cause of the fluid around your heart was?
They know for sure that it started from my uterus. Because I didn't allow myself to let go of my Babylon son, or I'm still holding on to it. I didn't allow myself to hold on to my Babylon son. I mean, let go of my Babylon son. I didn't let go of my Babylon mom, and I didn't heal myself from my sister's situations. So I was holding on to a lot of fluids in my body, and by me not expressing it or communicating or talking about it or expressing myself creatively, it backed up in my system. It backed up. I had fluid around my heart. I had fluid around my kidney and my lungs, and it was pushing.
So your
all
suffering
that
came
fluid
from your
was pushing
attachments.
up against the other organs.
Your suffering came from your attachments.
So I'm
So
suffocating from
somebody
my
asked
attachment. So I'm facing.
somebody asked a question. Somebody asked a question. They said if they think that Malia is so sad, why don't they just give her son back? Because that's what she's literally sad about.
Because
Someone asked that. Someone asked that on one of my posts. It was like, if a family cared about her so much, won't they bring her son up there? Won't they give her son so that she will be happy? Because the source of her issues seemed to be her son. If they cared about her so much, why they keep keeping her son? Because you did ask them for your son and they wouldn't give him back to you. That's a great question. He said because her son is not safe in carbonation. But at the end of the day, that's her son. Why are you reading the chat instead of answering the question?
Oh, I thought I didn't know you wanted me to speak. When I continue to ask for my son back or get him back, my Babylon family noticed, I guess, noticed my behavior and noticed how I was in carbonation, and they didn't agree with it. They see me as this, this psycho person, so because they don't understand. So I as I called and asked to get him back, they told me no, because they seen the behavior, and they also took custody of him, and they kept telling me you would have to go through the courts, you would have to go through the system to get him back. And after that, I just noticed how the universe just kept telling me, no, you can't get him back. You can't get him back. So I just took it as, okay, this is not his journey. And this is not my journey to have him. So I left it at that. And I understand that he's me. He's 23 of me. He's not separate of me. I am him. So I understand that. And I just, came to the terms like, okay, maybe it's her journey, my Babylon sister's journey to have him. So I just once I came here, I seen like videos of him, like FaceTime videos of him, and I just was like, you know what, you keep him. Like I don't want to keep going
But let's take
against
some
my journey.
responsibility here. Let's take,
Yeah, I left him.
not
I ended up
knowing that the dad. You didn't tell me the part that the dad didn't.
Yeah, dad's name wasn't on the birth certificate when I left. When I left, I didn't tell anybody about where I was going. I didn't explain anything to anybody. I didn't communicate anything to anybody because I knew that they wouldn't understand the first time I left. They wouldn't understand what I was going to do with my journey. And so I just up and left. And when I up and left, and when I got to join Babaji's life, I end up communicating with them over the internet through going live. And so I found out that the child's father, his name was not on the birth certificate. And so from that, I could have took him with me if I would have, I guess, paid attention to details. I would have slowed down. I would have, did all those things, but I didn't. And so that I have to take responsibility for that.
But they
And
saying
so
I
that's
made you
another
leave
reason
your son.
why
They said I made you leave your son.
I'm
But I didn't make
explaining
her
to
leave
you
her
what
son.
I
That's
did.
not true.
But I'm explaining to you what I did. So how are you still going to sit up there and say it was Baba G's fault when I'm sitting up here explaining to you what I did on my journey, what I decided to do as a human being, as a grown-ass woman? Y'all got to stop
But you don't
pointing
have,
fingers at other people.
yeah.
That's
It's
Babylon.
yeah, it's true. And the thing is, like, these is demons. Like, these are some real devils. Like, these people are sick to even want to know so much details about somebody else's life to the point where they're investigating you and they're interrogating and like, it shouldn't be that
That's like
serious
the
to these people. But these
police.
people like, well, what you did is, what you did that, what you did, you said this, and you said that, motherfucker, fuck
Y'all worse
y'all,
than
nigga.
police.
This shit is
That's what the
crazy, my
police
nigga.
do.
Like,
They
these
take
people
a person
shouldn't be
in.
this invested in no one else's life. The fact is, she don't got no STDs. The fact is, she don't got no more fluid on her heart. She's out the hospital. She leaving the hospital. She already left the hospital. She's just back there getting something for right now. She's doing good. She's okay. She doing what the
That's
fuck
a
she
fact.
want to do. Mind y'all business. Stop spreading vicious rumors. And every investigation y'all do is going to fail because it's not true. So keep spreading vicious lies. And when y'all fall on y'all face and y'all realize y'all can't beat us, y'all going to join us. Period. Thank you, Malia. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I could explain. Yeah, the reason why I had fluids on my uterus because I didn't let him go, and from the uterus it traveled all the way up, and it started to take over the kidney, and it started to take over the liver, and then that's when it took over the heart, and it started to slow my heart rate down slowly. Hi, how are you doing?
Do you mind if I come in? I'm sorry.
I have to calm down, y'all.
Is that your doctor?
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Patel. That's my name up there on the board.
Yes.
So did you have any STDs that caused the problems?
Do you have any information about my medical records stating that I don't have any STDs or anything?
I can find out.
Okay.
I know you were in the hospital for a good time, right?
Yes, I was.
Recently. So yeah, I can find out about that.
Okay.
What specific question is it?
Does she have HIV? Does she have HIV? Does
I just
Malia have
want
HIV?
Yeah.
and stating all of my procedures that has been done,
Yeah.
all of my medical records that has been done, so I can have physical proof of
Of course.
information.
So before you leave, there's a medical records department, and you can ask one of the nurses to help you get there, so you can get your medical records. If that's not the case, then I can get my residents to print out some stuff, but it's not official. It kind of doesn't. It's not. It may not be the best way to get all your records,
But this is a different doctor, stupid. She got like 5 doctors on shifts. But the doctor could tell you if you have any STDs. He should be able to tell you.
Reasonable.
Yes. And what's your name?
Dr. Patel.
And it's
Patel.
Patel.
Yeah, nah, that's okay.
Do you have any information on when I'll be leaving?
So that's what we're working on. So my understanding was that you didn't like the facility.
No, I didn't like how they spoke to me. I didn't like the scenery, the physical, how it looks. I didn't like how operated, I wasn't agreeing with it. So
yeah. So the next option is trying to get you home health, home infusions.
yes,
So we're trying to work with the case managers, get a representative, and see if we can come in, get everything sorted. We do have an appointment with the infectious disease specialist. It's coming up. So that's going to ultimately determine how long more you need. Just more.
Y'all don't know shit. Y'all need to mind your business.
So that's kind of what we're at right now, is trying to figure out how to get all that stuff. Are you able to take and handle it?
right.
It takes a little bit of time. I'm not sure how long, but a lot of just trying to get approved insurance and get medicine.
Okay.
So I'm hoping today to get you up sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
I can't guarantee.
Right.
I can guarantee when I get sick to you again. Sounds fair?
They didn't say no disease specialist. Did they? Malia, did he just say a disease specialist?
No, infectious disease. Meaning for all the fluids. They wanted to look at to see if all the fluids are being drained.
Yes, but can you ask him to pull you records to see if you had
Yeah, I
tested
would have to
positive for any?
I would have to do that.
But then you said you asked the doctors before if there was anything in your records that said you had any STDs.
So I would physically have to go and get the paperwork.
Yeah.
And it's in this hospital.
Correct.
Okay,
But
so yeah, I would have to go
he
and get
can't
the
tell
actual
you. He
paperwork.
can't tell you about your own paperwork.
This actually is not the same doctor, so he may not have all the information
Okay.
as the other doctors did that was actually working with me for that
But he
whole.
can go see your records real quick to tell you if you tested positive for any STDs, right?
Yeah, yes.
Can you ask him to do that and come right back to tell you?
Huh?
Can't you ask him to do that to ask him to come back and tell you?
No, I have to go get it.
No, he should be able, as your doctor, to tell you if you have tested positive for any STDs at all.
So as my doctor, you're not able to go and get it.
So I have access to the record on the computer, right? But for your records, it's kind of like a privacy thing. So it's only you.
Oh, I understand. So it's like a privacy thing. All his information, my information that comes from him is on the computer. For me, I would need the physical. I would need to go and get the physical paperwork
Yeah,
myself.
but him himself could tell you if you have. That's what I'm saying.
This doctor doesn't know that. I
Oh,
guess
the
they
other
didn't.
doctor told you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can try to see if we can get someone.
I know,
Just, but like the fact that it's your health information, it's something that because you need someone that's a kind of, it's protected.
Right.
So you don't want just anyone going on and getting it.
Right.
So that's kind of like a liability. I tried to ask him, but I don't.
What floor is the medical?
I wish I had a good answer for that. I don't. Yeah. I can ask. You can ask the nurses. Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Anything I can do for you right now? Don't have any fevers, chills?
I'm good.
Okay. Good. Eating?
Yes.
Alright, I have a question to ask you.
Yes.
One of our medical students, second year medical students, is we kind of have them come into the hospital, interview patients just to get an idea of how to talk to patients and their history. Would you be willing to have lawyers have to you? It'll just be an interview.
Does your doctor know if you on any HIV medicine at all?
Huh?
Are you on any kind of HIV medicine or anything like that? Does he know the medicine you're on?
I'm on pain medicine and nerve
So
medication.
he's not. Can you ask the doctor? Are you on any kind of HIV medicine?
No, I'm not on any kind of HIV medicine. I know for myself because I researched the medication that they give me.
Right.
The only
And they would have
medication
been
is
giving you that from the beginning if that was the case, right?
Huh?
They would have gave you that medicine immediately if that was the case. So my thing is this:
Right.
if you're not on no HIV medicine, well, we'll see the paperwork. We'll wait till it's done because it's a different doctor. We already know. We'll wait till the different doctor comes through. Motherfucker, knows his shit.
alright? So let me get working on that. Well, let's see what I can do. Let us know if you need anything, okay?
Yes, I'm thankful.
Thank you.
All right, so listen, y'all. Malia already got discharged from the hospital already. We got her a crib out there, everything. She already been out the hospital. They try to put her in this other spot, this other
You should have took pictures
hospital.
that I was out the damn hospital.
Yeah, like she been out the
Show
hospital.
y'all
It's just that
asses.
they discharged her from the hospital. They let her go. They wouldn't let her stay, but they put her in another kind of place just to monitor her for 2 months. Just to monitor her. She's straight, just to monitor her. But she was in there, and they try to lock her in there. So we just got her a crib. We got her own crib out there. So she went to the crib, but she still has to do the IV thing. So she went back to the hospital, and they made her admit for another day. So she been in there for another day. Since y'all must know, this is a whole nother doctor. She had to be readmitted to this hospital so they could set up the nurses to come to the house to make sure that she's being stable and everything that she's doing when she getting an IV and stuff.
Right.
So she leaving today. She's supposed to be leaving back out today to go back to the crib, and they come through and just check on her for 2 months to make sure she's straight. You feel me? Since y'all must know all the fuck.
Right.
At the end of the day, if she had HIV, she would be taking HIV medicine right now. What the fuck is you talking about?
I'll
You know what
probably
I'm saying? Like,
be in a damn
and
bed.
look, it's not disrespectful to Malia. It's y'all being disrespectful
Shit.
since y'all want to know. Since her sister put her out there, we just trying to let y'all know what the fucking truth is. Number one, this ain't the doctor that was with her. She's just some random doctor. He don't really know what's going on. Feel what I'm saying? But the other doctor did tell her out of his mouth. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
And these people are mean, they're inconsiderate. Y'all part of the reason why she's in the hospital right now because y'all constantly taunt these women. All the women over here, y'all taunt them on a 24 basis. You make everything so hard for them. They're trying to show you their life doing art. Look at how you're stressing even these women out over here. Everything these women do, you abuse them, verbally abuse them. You're like, you're always
You say
asking
them with
questions,
water.
disrespecting these women. You are a part of the reason why it was hard for them to speak up and teach their knowledge and want to know their knowledge because y'all motherfuckers, y'all make shit hard. You feel what I'm saying? But that's all good. You feel me? Because y'all supposed to make shit hard for us because we supposed to be elite. We're supposed to be able to withstand the pressure that comes along with being leaders of a people that are sick. So y'all pressure ain't nothing we need to be complaining about. I'm not complaining about it. And it's a message to Malia. It's a message to Zoe. It's a message to all the females here that these niggas is not gonna take it easy on you. You gotta show yourself to be proved to be elite. Either you are wise and you embody this knowledge and you empowered by it and you're here to help humanity and put them on their neck because this is a war. It's a war. We are at war. And it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So the knowledge, you have to embody it. These people is not going to take it easy on you. They're going to sit around there and call you sick. They're going to say you dying. How you going to say that about somebody that's not doing that? That's like mental, that's
It's like
verbal
you
abuse.
physically see, but you're
You keep
emitting out
spreading, you
into the
keep
universe
repeating the
something
lie.
else.
They keep repeating the lie over and over. She got
Crazy.
HIV. She's sick. She withering away. Blase, blah, shut up, nigga. When you see the paperwork, y'all all going to be looking stupid. Dummy. You feel me? Cause she talked to the doctor, her real doctor already. She just back in the hospital to get the nurses set up to come to the crib that we got her. Carbonation taking care of Malia. Everybody, she good. We ain't want to have to tell you our fucking personal business, but since you must know, she's staying in a luxury place. She's sitting up pretty for the next 2 months. She's straight, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? They was trying to put her in this little this other place where it
Oh
was
my.
people with COVID and shit in there. It was like, nah, man, we got her Airbnb. She's straight. She good. She was in there the other night when she didn't want to show y'all her background. She was there the night before last. It's just that she had to go check in with the nurses and let them know she didn't want to stay at that hospital. She got her own crib, and they said, "Well, okay, we gotta
She back to the hospital.
what they say, you gotta go back into the hospital for one day
Re-admitted back into the hospital.
to the nurses and them can connect with her to give her stuff that she needs and get her address so they know where to
But now
come and
they
see
have
her
to.
at.
But now it's a
Period.
process to get all the paperwork done, all the the meds that I need to finish healing. I need to get all of that before I can even leave. But I'm banking on leaving